I kept cheating so much and I just couldn't stop. I just said, let's try this swinging thing.
This is cancer.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
Have you ever looked at your wife / husband / significant other and just think, man, I would love to see you get fucked by someone else? Because that's basically the thought process of any and every couple that swings. Like, let's not pretend that this is some kind of icebreaker team exercise bullshit. Let's keep this blunt. If you're a dude, you're basically saying, I really love watching my wife / girlfriend get dicked down by Chad Thundercock. And the part I especially love is when she gets the chap's cock collot dumped in her womb. And if you're a gal, you're basically saying, OMG, when he spews his hunk spunk deep in her trunk, I get so wet and horny. The part where he says, I love you to another woman that isn't me just makes me fall for him more and more. It's so hot! Well, Drip and Droplets, I'm dripthulu, and I'm gonna keep it a $1.69 with you, chieftain. Swing has to be one of the fucking stupidest things known to mankind. I legit do not understand whatsoever how someone can just let their partner dunk or get dunked on by some rando. For some reason, there are so many people that swear by it and think that it's a sweet pussy nectar from Aphrodite. However, we'll get to that later on in the video, as I like to save spankings for the end. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's establish for my hyper-nuanced bases that are living in their daddy's foreskin, what the hell is swinging? What is this thing that you see everywhere that's the newest fad for couples all over the place? Well, Google says it is engaging in group sex or the swapping of sexual partners within a group, especially on a habitual basis. Urban Dictionary says it's a lifestyle of non-monogamy where sexual relations occur outside the established couple. Swingers tend to refrain from romantic attachment with their outside partners. And then I say it's consensual cheating, you fucking decrepit, mentally disabled watermelon. It's the result of when you either have a beta male who lets his OnlyFans GF fuck him in the ass, or when you have the same beta bitch who, instead of being into rectum recreation, is an absolute cuck and a slut for watching acts of betrayal before his eyes. Now, you the viewer might think, holy dog, dude, Thulu's really laying his nuts down today, what gives? And to that I answer, well, I'm just really passionate about the sheer quantity of mental shits one needs to take in order to both engage and defend swinging. Obviously, I think it's bad. I mean, why else would I be taking fat dumps on it? But how do I justify this? How do I defend my boomer views of romantic relationships? Well, like any proper shitposting armchair philosopher, we can basically dismantle any and every argument by disproving the roots. Essentially, if I can show that monogamy is ideal and everything else sucks shit, I win. We're gonna look at this from two different directions. One of them is some BS I found on the internet, and then the other is my own personal thought towards it. So here's something fun. According to the University of British Columbia, in a study by the anthropologist and Harvard professor Joseph Henrich, in societies that have polygamy, quote, the study finds significantly higher levels of rape, kidnapping, murder, assault, robbery, and fraud in polygynous cultures, end quote. Before I continue, swinging and polygamy are not the same thing, but for our intended purposes, they're in the same damn cesspool. Swinging by definition means you're monogamous, which means you're non-monogamous, and they're both non-monogamous, so enough said. Now, what about a society that encourages monogamous relationships? Well, according to the same study, quote, monogamous marriages also result in significant improvements in child welfare, including lower rates of child neglect, abuse, accidental death, homicide, and intra-household conflict, end quote. Alright, so what does this all mean in the grand scheme of things? Shit is pretty poggers. Kids aren't getting hurt, but their wives aren't catching as many hands. So it's clear that swinging can't be beneficial for society. But what do I think? Well, I have tons of issues with it, but we don't have a week for me to explain everything. So let me give you 3 things instead. First of all, I think we can all agree that thinking with our dick and by extension making all of our choices with our emotions is a really, really bad idea. So here's an interesting thing to know. Generally speaking, most of the arguments for swinging are based purely on feelings and emotions. Secondly, swinging is the definition of human degradation. Let me explain. When you engage in this, you are, regardless of what your thoughts may be, you are saying A, your partner is not enough for you, so you need to pursue other people, and B, this person that you're fucking on the side is not human. Now that's kind of wild to say, right? By playing a game of Hide the Pickle with someone else, they're being reduced to subhuman status, aka 4chan user status. By going after someone else just for sex, in your eyes, they are quite literally just an object to get your rocks off. They're not human. They're a high-tech squirting dildo with more settings than items on a Chinese food menu. Lastly, let's be honest, swinging is basically just having a backup when shit fails. Like, no. A real romantic relationship requires true commitment to each other, and committing your second, third, and fourth load to another woman's quivering labia just ain't that. With all that said, let's go on the interwebs to look for what the defenders and lovers say. The context is on the screen for you to read. I'm not reading all this out loud, so if you want to be a lazy horse, stay uninformed, bitch. The part I will read, however, is, quote, in my experience, a very high percentage of sane and rational adults are able to separate sex and emotions. Okay, just saying, when they get divorced because the hubby starts getting jealous and pissy, I told you so. It's something you do when when you're already in a harmonious, loving, solid relationship and want to have fun. Alright guys, so apparently if my body is super healthy and jacked, it's all good and Gucci to take some heroin for fun, right? No, you fucking idiot. Again, really, really long not reading this, read it yourself. You know, just because something feels kind of nice or you enjoy it doesn't mean it's good, just saying. Sometimes satiating certain appetites are not good things. I understand this type of bizarre lifestyle will not work for everyone. However, the ones it does work for absolutely live by and love it. If all the rules and boundaries are followed and everyone is happy, there really isn't any harm in living together this way. I'm gonna say something real controversial that might get me shit on, but I just gotta say it. Life isn't all about just enjoying yourself. Just because people are happy, just because you're satisfied in the moment, just because you got your dick wet, that doesn't mean shit. There is far more to life and to living than the pursuit of soul pleasure. And at some point, you gotta grow the fuck up. And that's kind of a weird note to end this on, but you know what? Sometimes I just gotta say some of the hard shit that most people in my generation just don't want to recognize. You know what else people don't recognize? Whether a beta, a sigma, or an alpha. Hint hint. Well, that was that. It's been fun. See you all later. Have a decent day. Ja.